Hello, BookTube. Since you seem to like these videos, and since I certainly like making them, I thought we'd open another pile of packages. Thanks to a very generous shout out from Olive at a Book Olive, I now have a chunk more subscribers. So I thought I would go over a couple of the basics for anybody who might be new and not know them. First is that if you see anything here that you can't live without, that you really want, let me know and I'll send it to you. And the second is if you see anything that you feel like you would want to try reviewing, writing a written review. I am the managing editor of an online literary journal. We're not big, but we're well respected, and we're always looking for new writers. So I'd be happy to email you about it. All right, that having been said, let's get right to it. I don't remember how many I have here, but it's a good chunk. So this one is Harvard University Press. Oh, okay. This is the finished copy. This comes out in early June. This is the finished copy of Legal Plunder: Households and Debt Collection in Late Medieval Europe by Daniel Lord Snail. This is something I've mentioned on this channel before. This is what my friends call a Steve book. Perfectly okay with that. Let's see here. This is This is coming to me in my capacity as the U.S. and worldwide editor of the Historical Novel Society's indie branch. This is why I always keep scissors nearby. People always joke about that. Why do you always have scissors on a hook near you? Well, that's the reason. So this is I am the editor. We deal in self-published and subsidy-published historical fiction. We do quarterly review issues. Okay, so this is something called The Warlock and the Wolf by Delphi Hall. Very nice looking. Let's see here. What have we got? Descended from freed slaves, orphan Mina trains as a scientist in The Hague. She studies the animals in the nearby woods and, much to her mentor's dismay, saves them from harm whenever she can. And of course, as a good scientist, she doesn't believe in magic. But when her parents' killer, rumored to be a warlock, escapes from prison and kills again, she must question everything she knows in order to solve a mystery and save her world from destruction. Okay, this is book one of The Naturalist, and it takes readers on a magical adventure into the Dutch Golden Age. Good. So it's beautifully done, beautifully made, and the premise has only one potential problem. We're always having my managing editor Helen Hollick and I are always having problems with this, and it boils down to the intangibles of intent. If this book intends to be a historical novel about the Dutch Golden Age with magic, then great. Fine, we're in business. If it intends to be a novel about magic with the Dutch Golden Age, there might be a problem, but you'll have to read it first to see, and it looks like it'll be a joy to read. On we go. Is this a historical novel? No, this is okay. All right, so we got another finished copy here. This comes out in a week. This is the finished copy of Terry Eagleton's Culture. It is, let's see here, 175 pages of lukewarm bombast that basically boils down to him waving his cane at how fast the modern world moves. But there's some intelligent thought in it, so we'll see. Next one. Only barely made it to me. Let's see what this is. This is, excellent. Oh, look at that. This is Guilty Thing, A Life of Thomas de Quincey by Francis Wilson. This is, let's see, this comes out in hardcover in October. This is, he's the famous author of Confessions of an English Opium Eater. That's profoundly disturbing and fascinating book even now. So this will be a new biography of him that comes out in the autumn. That's wonderful. Don't think I recall having seen that advance word of it, so that's wonderful. Here's another one. Let's see here. It's going to be another finished copy. No, this is This is called Some Possible Solutions by Helen Phillips. It is a collection of short stories that comes out at the end of May. Let's see here. What if your perfect hermaphrodite match existed on another planet? What if you could suddenly see through everybody's skin to their organs? What if you knew the exact date of your death? What if your city was filled with doppelgangers of you? Okay. What if you learned how to write without gimmicks? Let's see here. Let's just move on from that to this. What is this? Shakespeare in Swahili Land. In Search of a Global Poet by Edward Wilson Lee. Doesn't that look interesting? What is this? This is, of course, coincides with the 400th year since Shakespeare's death. In which I should add, I had no hand. This comes out in the middle of September. And it is a book in which Edward Wilson Lee deftly investigates the topic of Shakespeare's universality as he uses the immortal poet and playwright's work as a legacy, as a lens through which to view the fraught histories of Africa, colonialism, and globalization. Okay, so as you can tell from that description, there are 10 ways that can go wrong. And the first of them will be to forget that you are writing about Shakespeare, that you're writing about an artistic experience, part of the people who see it and read it. But there's several ways it could go right, too, so we'll see. What is here? Oh, my. Look at that. Oh, this will be tough reading. This is by Luis Clarevis, and it is Rampage Nation. It is Securing America from Mass Shootings. In the past decade, no individual act of violence has killed more people in the United States than the mass shooting. This well-researched, forcefully argued book answers some of the most pressing questions facing our society. Why do people go on killing sprees? Are gun-free zones magnets for deadly rampages? What can we do to curb the carnage of this disturbing form of firearms violence? This comes out in late August. So I, of course, have my own theory about the prevalence, the recent blossoming of mass shooting. I think it's directly connected to the massive overdiagnosis of depressive issues. Not only shunts to one side the people who actually do suffer from clinical depression and all of its sister maladies, but also pumps people who don't suffer with those maladies full of alleged medications for it that all have psychotropic elements, that all have reported histories of psychotic side effects, and that are entirely the product of a vetting process that is designed and paid for by the manufacturers of the drugs themselves. You dig into almost any clinical trial and you will find big pharma, their hands all over it. So we have no idea what half the drugs are that kids are taking as early as 3 years old. Anyway, that theory could be wrong, and it's a difficult one to state because it seems on the surface to be stigmatizing people who actually do have a horrible illness. But I don't know of any better theory. I'd love to hear about it in the comments if you do. This next one is called Dear Daycare Parent. And the reason it has a sticky note on it is because of something I forgot to mention on this channel all along, which is that in addition to everywhere else in the world, I also review for Kirkus Reviews. And I'm particularly tasked with their self-published branch. So I get things like this in the mail. I will read it, assess it, and then write up a review of it. That's what this is. That's why it has that note on it with a deadline. And then the last item we have here, before we quit for today, what is this? Oh, okay, very good. This is the finished copy of Alison Anderson's The Summer Guest, which is, I think it's her debut. This comes out in late May. she's the translator of The Elegance of the Hedgehog. Oh God, someone's waking up. This won't be pretty. Anyway, well, I'm glad we're on the last one because she must be obeyed. This is inspired by the life of legendary Russian writer Anton Chekhov. It is a rich, riveting novel that spans centuries and continents as it interweaves 3 lives around the mystery of the long-lost Chekhov manuscript, which sounds like it could be good. And I think a lot of publicity money and attention has been poured into this book. I think Harper is expecting a hit, and it could be. It certainly looks good. So there you have it. That's our these handy. That's our mail today. Our books, some fiction, some assignments, some many Steve editorial hats as well. There's historical novel reviews, there's Kirkus, there's open letters, there's all sorts of stuff. So as usual, let me know in the comments what you think about any of these, and also, as I said, if you want one of them, aside from the historical novel stuff, let me know. You're not going to want the Kirkus book, believe me. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow, Book 2. Thank you.